Alrighty, guys, we're right back at it, dealing with those polynomials. Now we're going to look at both adding and subtracting, and I'm going to show you how related it is. And honestly, guys, it's going to be just as simple as adding polynomials, as combining those like terms once you do this one little trick. So focusing on our Delta Math assignment, looking at adding and subtracting polynomials, I just want to show you how we can combine, how we can find and combine like terms a little easier. So when you're given the problem, instead of the tiles, when you're given the problem, sometimes, again, it's hard to see what's like and what's not. Remember, variables to the same exponent are like terms. But again, sometimes it's tricky. What I like to do is I like to underline each term by its degree, by its exponent. So x squared gets 2 underlines. Exponent of 2, 2 underlines. Negative 10x has an invisible 1 exponent. So I underline it once. And then constants, they get nothing because they don't have variables. Looking through my next polynomial, there's 10x squared. Okay, so that's twice. Negative 5x, that has an x, that's once. Constant is none. So now I can combine the like terms a little bit easier, focusing on the same amount underlined. Here's 2 underlined. There's my other 2 underlined. So I'm going to go 3x squared plus 10x squared, which makes 13x squared. Next, negative 10x and then negative 5x. Combine those like terms together. Makes negative 15x. And then last, my constants. I have a plus 4 and a plus 8, which will make plus 12. So looking at this, just writing it out, combining like terms, adding polynomials with algebra tiles or without, super easy, right? Let me get you to a subtraction problem. And I'll show you the one little trick we have to do, but otherwise it's the same thing as adding our polynomials. So when you're dealing with subtraction, again, start the same way and underline your terms to make it easier to see what to combine together. 4x squared, okay, that's twice, right? Exponent of 2, 2 underlines. 6x, that has an exponent of 1, so underline once. 7's no variable, no underline. Negative 8x squared, that has an exponent of 2, so 2 underlines. Negative 2x has an x with an invisible 1 exponent, so 1 underline. And then my constant again, so no underline. Now, I want to change the colors of this thing because the other thing we have to do is change the signs of the polynomial that comes after the subtraction. The reason we do that, guys, is this subtraction is the same thing as distributing a negative 1 to everything back here. So I could change this now to plus by changing all of these signs. So this is now a plus 8x squared, a plus 2x, and a minus 6. Now let's combine our terms. So looking at what we have here, 4x squared, 2 underlines. There's my now positive 8x squared. So that's 12x squared. 1 underline, I have positive 6x. Looking through, now it's a positive 2x. 6x plus 2x makes 8x. Positive 7, looking through, with a now negative 6 becomes plus 1. 7 minus 6. Okay, so notice they distribute the negative and just write it out, right? With our problems, guys, I'm telling you, it's going to be easier. You just take the original problem and change all those signs. The subtraction now becomes plus. The negatives become positive, and the positive becomes negative. That happens only to the polynomial right after the subtraction sign. Let's try to do one more together, and then we'll wrap this video up. Oh, perfect. So looking at this one, I have 8x squared. So that's 2 underlines. Plus 8x. Okay, 1 underline. Oh, no constant. So no worries. Let's go to the next term. Negative 9x squared. X squared. That has exponent 2. So 2 underlines. And then an 8x has an x. So 1 underline. We're subtracting. So let's change that to adding, and then let's keep it equal by changing the signs behind it. So this negative becomes positive, this positive becomes negative. Now we can combine like terms the same way we've done with our adding. X squared, I have 8x squared plus now a positive 9x squared. 8 plus 9, 17x squared. 8x is my next term, looking through with a minus 8x. Oh, wow. 8 minus 8 goes to 0. With a 0, we don't have to write it down. So this actually simplifies really, really quickly with just a one term, 17x squared. If you have any questions, guys, talk it up in class, put it in the chat, or shoot me an email. We can talk this thing up even more. Thanks so much. We'll see you later.